Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a somatic movement ritual to help with grief. This comes after one of my favorite YouTubers took her own life after a long, brave battle with depression. I really wanted to honor her community and support people grieving right now, and this is the best way I know how. So if you're grieving anything or anyone right now, know that you're not alone. Know that there is no time frame, there is no rules, there is no one way to grieve. You just have to allow and let it be in your own unique way. And this movement ritual will give you support during that. I love you all. Let's get started. Okay, just finding a nice comfortable seat anywhere that you can, preferably in a calm, quiet space, but if not, that's also fine. We are just going to open our hearts, allow the energy to move through our bodies, and take 20 minutes or so to ourselves to allow our bodies to grieve and to allow the energy to flow and allow the emotion to come if that's what needs to happen today. So in traditional Chinese medicine, grief and sadness are to do with the metal element, which the main organ of the metal element is the lungs. And most of you know that we use our lungs to breathe. So we're going to start off by doing some very deep breathing, and we're going to try and expand our lungs out to allow the energy to flow and to allow extra blood movement and any kind of stagnation that is in there to come out. So just finding your nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. For me today, it's a nice cross-legged seat. You might be on your knees, you might even be lying down. You might need to lift up your buttocks, you might need to sit on a pillow or a blanket. Whatever and however it comes is okay. There's no rules. And just settling in, allowing your spine to be nice and tall or straight wherever you are, closing the eyes and just noticing the natural breathing that you have going on right now. And any noise or movement that you can hear in my background or in your background, just acknowledge that it's there and come back to the breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. And if at any point during this breathing you feel like you need to just have a big sigh, or that you're getting quite hot, or that you feel like there's heat inside of you, just do a big breath out through the mouth. You're welcome to do that at any moment. And as you notice your breath, start to extend the inhale and the exhale, making your breaths longer and deeper. And as you breathe in, allowing the lungs that are within our rib cage to expand and contract. Feeling our ribs expand and contract too. Imagining that between each rib, the muscles are expanding and contracting as you breathe. So the ribs are moving further apart and then back together. And as you get deeper and deeper into your deep breathing, expanding the stomach as well, breathing in the stomach, the ribs, the lungs, all expand, and breathing out, they contract, not with force, just naturally as it comes. And closing your eyes here, taking your noticing and your gaze inwards to really experience this beautiful breath of life that is coming in and out every time we breathe in and out. And any emotions that are coming up right now, just allow them to flow. There's no judgment. Emotion is something that is natural as human beings, and the more that we allow it to flow and let it out of our body, the better we will feel, the more healthy our tissues will be, and the more energy flow we can have through our body, which is the healthiest state. When the energy is flowing, our health is getting better. Okay, and as you start to deepen your breath even further, just add a little bit of movement into the spine. Sideways, backwards, forwards, in a circle. We want to keep expanding through the ribs, through the back of the ribs, the front of the ribs, so you can keep moving the rib cage however feels good for you right now. Trusting that the floor has your back, so you don't need to open your eyes if you don't want to, because you know that the ground is there to catch you. No matter what happens, the earth will always support you. And slowly you can start to move your shoulder blades on the rib cage. And you might find that you have an urge when you do that to move your arms. You can have big, expansive movement through the arms, maintaining a flow through the spine, maintaining a flow of movement through the rib cage, through the lungs. Breathing deep as you do this. There's no rules, there's no judgment. Whatever comes, allow it to come. And you can start moving the head. So now your entire torso should be moving, creating a beautiful flow of energy, flow of emotion, and flow of support. As our energy moves through the body, that energy supports you in all different ways. Supports your grief, supports your health, supports your energy flow, supports you. And when you're ready, we can come all the way up to standing, maintaining that flow of movement through the torso, the shoulder blades, the ribs, breathing deep into the lungs, opening up the hips, and expanding our limbs all the way as far as they go, maintaining that energy flow throughout the limbs, all the way to our fingers and toes. No judgment. If you need to reassure yourself that you don't look silly, you can look at me and notice how silly I look and know that it's okay. This is not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. Get creative, moving all of your body however feels good today, in this moment. But expanding that energy from the torso all the way out to the extremities of your body. So the energy and the movement is coming from our torso, expanding through the limbs, not from the limbs to the torso. We want to bring that energy from within to feel it throughout our entire body. And you can move however you like, spending time on the knees, spending time on your tippy toes, spending time down low, but just expanding the body, whichever way feels good for you right now. You can imagine like you're moving through water. So there's a little bit of resistance to each movement, which makes you engage your muscles, makes you have energy through all the way to the fingertips and all the way to the toes. But it originates from the lungs, from the heart, from the womb center. Wherever it's originating from for you today, know that it's okay. And you can stay here and continue this movement, or you can come back down to the ground in any way that feels good for you right now. Keeping moving all of the extremities, the toes, the fingers, making sure that the ribs are opening and the heart is opening. You might extend the heart forward or up, opening the shoulders, opening the rib cage, opening your heart to get that energy flow moving. So you've got energy flowing through the lungs, through the heart, through the body, through the ribs, all the way out to the fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can bring it back to your seat, or you can have a lie down. We might lie down actually. Coming to the floor, lying flat on your back if that's available to you. And letting it all out. Coming back to the breath. If you still have some energy that needs moving out, just let it go through the fingertips, the palms, the soles of the feet and the toes. Just let it go, feeling how you feel now. You should feel warmer, you should feel more open. You might feel fragile, and that's okay. Whatever comes up right now for you, allow it to come up and out. There is no one way to grieve. There is no time limit. There is no time frame for grief. So be gentle with yourself, be kind, and thank yourself for showing up today, for taking this time to move your body and to allow yourself to grieve. Many times we think that we have to grieve really fast, and so we ignore the emotions that are coming up and we get on with our lives. This is the time to change those habits, to really look after your health on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, energetic, nurturing yourself. And extending love to yourself and out into the world for other people to feel too. Coming back to your breath. Back to stillness and allowing. And I'm going to leave you here. Feel free to stay here for a little bit longer if you have time to, and if not, you can wake up. Wake up from the ground by moving your fingers and your toes, coming back to a seated position in whatever way feels good for you today. Taking a big breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Shaking the head a little bit and say thank you to yourself for making this time. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Bye.